Bienvenue dans le Grand Frisson, l'émission qui ne se satisfait que du meilleur.
Oh my God!
Car pour cet été, nous avons savamment distillé la substantifique moelle de la saison écoulée pour en tirer la crème de nos entretiens exclusifs.
Fucking hell.
Réalisateurs, acteurs et artisans de génie défileront devant notre caméra pour raconter les petites anecdotes et révéler les grands secrets qui font le cinéma de genre.
Oh, what the fuck?
Alors venez vous réfugier à l'ombre de notre cinéphilie, que l'on fasse rayonner le 7e art en ensoleillant votre passion.
Maybe we finish the toy after the quiz.
On raconte qu'Ari Aster, qui signe avec Hérédité son premier long métrage, a noirci des centaines de pages de notes pour préparer ce film, dans lequel une famille manipulée par des forces occultes plonge dans l'horreur. Il est évident que la précision de la mise en scène, comme la complexité des personnages, ne sont pas le fruit du hasard, ce que confirme l'interprète principale du film, Toni Collette, bouleversante dans le rôle d'une mère à la dérive.
Ari Aster he's the real deal. He has such a true, kind of bold, original voice. He is the most meticulously specific director I've ever worked with. He just sent me pages and pages and pages of backstory, which was very, very helpful.
Recognize you from your mother? What?
One thing that I don't think is evident in the film, but Gabriel's character used to be her therapist. That's how they met. And so I just like that there are these subtle moments where you kind of feel like she is somewhat vulnerable and that she needs to be taken care of.
Mom?
And she's just someone who doesn't understand why everything feels so wrong. Her work is very much an opportunity for her to try and understand it, to explore.
Le travail d'Anna est d'ailleurs au cœur de l'un des grands principes esthétiques d'Hérédité, comme nous l'explique Ari Aster.
Toni Collette plays an artist who replicates spaces in her own life with these miniatures. And for me, the miniatures certainly served as something of a metaphor for, the family's situation in the film, which is that they have no real agency or control over their own lives.
I am your mother!
That was an aesthetic that we were pursuing, the idea of having them feel like dolls in a dollhouse.
Come on, Peter. Let's just do it.
A big part of that is removing walls and being able to pull back further than you ordinarily would. And that's one reason that we built the entire house on a stage. The exterior of the house is an actual location, but everything interior was built from scratch. We could control the dressing in a way that, again, feels uncanny. It begins as a home, but it becomes increasingly unhome-like.
Le travail préparatoire d'Aster s'est également porté sur les éléments fantastiques de ce film, qui lorgne plus du côté de Ne vous retournez pas que de la série des Conjuring.
I did do a lot of research into spiritualism and stuff like that. I wanted to make sure that I was attending to these things that are usually, like genre tropes, and they can be very hokey and schlocky, but I wanted to come at them in a serious way. The stuff that I find disturbing in the film is that, there are people who practice these things and they do have the intention of harming other people, and that's what I find to be upsetting. That's what scares me.
Pour notre part, ce qui nous a réellement terrifiés dans Hérédité, c'est l'interprétation de Toni Collette, qui livre avec ce film la performance la plus puissante de sa carrière.
Say something so I can watch you sneer at me.
Ce qui ne s'est pas fait sans peine.
Yeah, it was a strange, kind of consuming, enjoyable experience, but it was heavy.
I never wanted to be your mother.
And I would go from my hotel to the gym to work. A lot of it was quite heavy, so I really got into running on a cross trainer just to kind of shift their energy and get it out of my system.
You okay, Mom?
And there was one scene which was so intense where I'm basically begging my husband to do something which you can't ask somebody to do, it's too much. And there was going to be other coverage, and he just went, we don't need it, that's it. And I was so relieved.
Who's gonna take care of me?
You don't think I'm gonna take care of you?
But when you die...
I think in scenes like that where it's really, really just pure emotion, you can only get it once, because once you've had it, if it's that honest and raw, you can't repeat it. It's almost like you trying to replicate it or mimic it. As an actor, you really want a chance to go for it, and this was that opportunity.
I just don't want to put any more stress on my family.